มีทางเลยที่สเตโกซอรัสจะวิ่งชนะอัลโลซอรัสได้ความหวังเดียวของมันก็คือต้องยืนหยัดอยู่ให้ได้และเตรียมเดือยแหลมอันร้ายกาจของมันเอาไว้ กันไปถึงปลายของยุคจูราสสิกช่วงเวลาของเหล่าไดโนเสาร์ก็มาถึงขีดสุดไม่มีชีวิตไหนในโลกอีกแล้วที่จะใหญ่โตได้ขนาดนี้นะครับแต่มันจะน่ากลัวขึ้นมากโปรดติดตามชม
Tell us about the show.
You've just seen the first act of what is a record-breaking show around the world. The BBC TV series was seen by over 700 million people, and I think we're quickly catching up. It was originally created in Australia, and it's been touring since 2007, January 2007, to about 40 countries around the world. And we've just come in from other parts in Asia, and we're taking the show back home to Australia next year, so we're very excited about how the dinosaurs will be welcomed back down under. We have 20 dinosaurs in the show, ranging from very small babies that you saw at the beginning, hatching out of eggs, into the tallest ones that are over 3 stories high. It takes 65 people to make the show happen every performance. And generally we do 3 shows a day, which we'll be doing here quite often in Thailand. So it's a very rigorous schedule. We travel the show in 27 trucks to move it from city to city. So it's also a very big show to move. And the rest is pretty much up to your viewers to come and see for themselves. I don't think you can really describe how realistic the dinosaurs are, and certainly that's been the response that we've had everywhere we've taken the show.
How long did you prepare for the show? I mean, from starting making the dinosaurs.
The show took several years to create in the conceiving of it, from the idea to the actual opening night. The dinosaurs themselves took around a year to build, 1 year, and we have a big workshop in Melbourne that built the dinosaurs. But everything you see was then rehearsed for 8 weeks in the rehearsal studio, very big one, and then we put the show on.
So what sort of technique do you use to make them go like moving so flowy like that?
There's traditional puppetry in some of the dinosaurs. There's also suit performers inside the smaller 2-legged dinosaurs, and the large ones are all animatronics. So there's a driver who is underneath the dinosaur, hidden in a chassis, that's taking the dinosaur through its choreography, if you will, on the stage. And then there is a team of people up in the front of house position with the audience sit, who have special contraptions, and they're called the voodoo operators, and they remotely operate through wireless frequencies the movements of the dinosaur and its voice and its mouth and those sort of things.
What about around the neck? What about around the neck? How do they move?
The necks and things?
The neck, yeah, the neck of the dinosaurs.
There's an apparatus that the lead voodoo operator operates, which is called the voodoo rig, and that replicates basically a dinosaur's spine. So as they move that apparatus around, the dinosaur on the floor does the same thing. That's why we call it voodoo, because what they do up there happens to the machine down on the floor. Animatronics are usually used in film, not stage. That's where you normally find the animatronics. But usually only on a piece of a creature, like an arm or a leg or a head. And the rest of the creature would be done with computer-generated imagery. But we've had to make, obviously, the whole dinosaur because it's in front of the people.
Thailand, and how do you expect the Thai audiences to respond?
We all came to Thailand for a holiday and ended up doing this. No. We're taking the show right through Asia and doing as many countries as we can. In terms of the audience response that we're expecting here in Thailand, we're expecting very much the same that we've had everywhere else, which is happily being a very, very overwhelmingly good response.
For Thailand, where are you going next?
Next we're off to Singapore and then Hong Kong for Christmas, and then into China.
Singapore, Hong Kong ช่วงคริสต์มาสแล้วก็เมืองจีน Okay.
Where have you been before Thailand, or just the first country?
Taiwan was the last country we played, and then prior to that we did 7 weeks in Japan.
So how much of your investment have you invested in making this whole thing?
The show cost $20 million to
Australia?
Together, Australian,
Yep.
and yeah, we were very fortunate to find one very, very generous and committed man, Jerry Ryan, who actually is our CEO producer.
How many visitors do you expect during these 5 days?
How many?
Visitors? Numbers of people?
I'm not sure, but I'd say it'd be a lot.
So which one is the hardest to make? Amongst
They all have their own. They all have their own intricacies and difficulties. Obviously, the ones with the really long necks are very, fragile actually, even though they're as big as a 3-story building. And then the little ones even can be intricate because you've got to fit the technology into a small little baby dinosaur.
To tell the audience out there to come and watch the show.
Well, yeah, I think if what you've seen, doesn't impress you, I don't think anything will. If you've never seen a live dinosaur walking around, this is about the closest you'll ever get to it. So come on and see the show. It's a lot of fun.